ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you once more to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, touch on the subscription button and on the notification bell in order to get a notification anytime we upload a new video. Meanwhile, don't forget to give this video a like. In this channel, I have been very consistent on one issue. I've been trying to expose the kind of deceit by this man called William Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, a thief will always remain a thief. Yesterday's looters cannot be today's saints or other saviors. Ruto has looted this country right from the day he began his politics, ladies and gentlemen. This man has been on the looting spree. After graduating from university, Nairobi University, Ruto immediately entered into YK92, for those who can remember. So Ruto started his politics through looting and massive looting. Right now, he is the deputy president of Kenya. He has been in office for 8 good years, ladies and gentlemen. Miaka nane. For the 8 good years, there is nothing tangible we can say that Ruto has done this or that. In fact, for the 8 good years, what he has been doing is just to campaign for his presidential ambition. Besides campaigning, immediately Ruto and Uhuru were elected to government in 2013. Ruto made it his business to buy all the MPs as much as he could. After buying these members of parliament, both in Jubilee and also in the opposition, he went around the country popularizing his 2022 bid. In fact, there was a time he went to Bungoma, Western Kenya, and there was this member of parliament for Saboti. He told the member of parliament that if you cannot come to my camp, then you forget about development. That incident is still very clear in our minds. Besides that, Ruto has been accused in so many scandals. So many scandals, the likes of the late Jacob Juma. His name was advancedly mentioned in that case. Leave alone that. Ruto has been accused scandal after scandal, scandal after scandal. This man has been accused in all those scandals, ladies and gentlemen. It baffles me today that this is now the man talking about saving the people of Kenya. This is the man now claiming he is a hustler. He's one of us. For 8 good years, Ruto never knew he was a hustler. It's only now that he wants to be president that he has just realized that there are hustlers who should be given wheelbarrows. It's very painful, ladies and gentlemen, and it's very unfortunate that some confused elements are buying that idea. Some confused elements are buying the idea that Ruto is a hustler, somebody flying in a chopper. Somebody who has built a home of over 1 billion Kenya shillings in his rural home there. Somebody who still earns on a public land, that is Western Hotel. Ruto earns on a public land till today. That's the person calling himself a hustler. Ruto's Western Hotel earns money, and the money is private, his own money, not hustler's money. That is the man calling himself a hustler. Ladies and gentlemen, it's high time we have to be serious now and analyze things diligently and see which is which. William Ruto, for those who can remember, there was this IDP in Eldoret, the late Muteshi. Ruto was accused of irregularly acquiring this late man's land over 100 acres. The case went to court, and the court found Ruto guilty of irregularly acquiring an IDP's land. The late Muteshi. May his soul rest in peace. That is the man calling himself a hustler. Somebody who forcefully acquires an IDP's land. For those who can afford to remember, Ferdinand Waititu, one of the serious issues that made Waititu to be impeached was he was just trying to acquire irregularly a land belonging to a widow. Then here we have the deputy president irregularly acquiring 100 acres of land from an IDP. Somebody who has been displaced because of political violence. You go to an extent of irregularly acquiring that person's land. And still you sit in the office of the deputy president saying you are a hustler, ladies and gentlemen. This is the kind of a man, ladies and gentlemen, that should not even be anywhere near the presidency. I strongly believe this man should not be anywhere near the presidency. If you leave alone that, let's come to the latest events now. William Ruto is fighting everybody. You just mention his name a little and there he is on your neck. A leader, you should accommodate divergent views. You don't have to fight every battle. Anytime he's just mentioned a bit, he said this troop on you. Right now, he is claiming that the only legacy Kalonzo has is that his home is built on a public land. William Ruto is forgetting that Weston Hotel sits on a public land till today. Why don't he relinquish that piece of land to the government? Then he attacks Kalonzo, ladies and gentlemen. If you leave alone that, Ruto's bloggers, these online bloggers, Ruto's online bloggers, and Ruto's supporters in general, these people have been spreading propaganda day in, day out propaganda. Spreading hatred, fanning ethnic violence. Every day online is propaganda. Ruto's men are just good in propaganda. Like a few days ago, ladies and gentlemen, these people told us that Ruto had been invited to the US for the inauguration of President Biden. They spread it all over, through everywhere in the online. It was Ruto going to America for Biden's inauguration. And they made their supporters, the hustler, these ones they call the hustler nation. They made their supporters believe that Ruto was going to the United States of America. He's still tangatangering here in Kenya. He's still mangamangering here in Kenya. So this kind of propaganda is not good for a leader of stature of a deputy president. The leader, the kiwango ya deputy president, you should be a man of high integrity, ladies and gentlemen. You should be a man whose credibility is not questioned. Yes, nobody is perfect in this world, but you should have some level of credibility, some level of integrity. This kind of a leader calling himself William Ruto, ladies and gentlemen, does not fit the bill. And now he's cheating the poor masses that he is the savior. The kind of deceit we saw with the Trump in the United States, where he cheated the low-class Americans that is going to make America great. So these people trusted Trump, and we have seen what he has done to the reputation of that country. He has destroyed the reputation of America beyond reasonable level or beyond imaginable levels. This is the kind of politics William Ruto is trying to play with Kenyans. William Ruto has been talking about dynasties, everyday dynasties. We are hustlers, they are dynasties. If you go back very well and you look at the definition of a hustler, ladies and gentlemen, most of us know that the definition of a hustler anyway is not some palatable words. So Ruto wants the masses to identify with him as a hustler by giving them wheelbarrows. The truth of the matter is that if you continue pushing this narrative of wheelbarrow, this wheelbarrownomics, it's just a matter of some few years. Most youths will be wheelbarrow pushers. You can't build a nation when our young men now resort to pushing wheelbarrows. That's not the way you build a nation. We want a nation where young men are equipped with skills. What China is doing. Equip young men and young boys, young girls with skills. Give them the skills to make those wheelbarrows. This is the only way our industries will grow. So if you just give men a wheelbarrow, you are just like giving somebody fish. You are not telling that person how to be innovative, make that wheelbarrow so that he can sell that wheelbarrow for a profit. That's business. In fact, if you can give these people skills to make those wheelbarrows, you are creating more jobs in the industries. So this man is coming with this wheelbarrow thing. I think this is very unfortunate, ladies and gentlemen. And these things I've been saying in this channel, some people have been accusing me of being biased. I'm not biased, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to stand on the truth. The truth is that this William Ruto is the biggest liar we have in this country. For 8 good years he has been in government. He has just realized recently that the youth now needs wheelbarrow. He has just realized it recently. So let me congratulate the president, and I just hope that our president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta can be firm and continue on what he started there during Mama Hana Mudavadi's burial. The president made it very clear, ladies and gentlemen, that if you are pushing the narrative of dynasties versus hustler, maybe we can also think otherwise, because only 2 communities. The president was trying to say that even other communities can rule apart from the only 2 communities that have been ruling us. And it makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. Almost for 60 good years, we have been ruled by only 2 tribes, the Kikuyus and the Kalenjins. These are the people who have ruled us for about 60 years, ladies and gentlemen. What we are going through today is not because of the handshake, but it's because of the misrule of these 2 communities, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not being tribal by saying it's the 2 communities who have misruled this country. All the corruption, parastatal, all these big posts in the government are dominated by these 2 communities, ladies and gentlemen. That's why now, as a concerned citizen, let me ask William Ruto this question. William Ruto, the first term you came to government, in your first term in government, we saw what you did with the ministries that you were given. You nominated almost all Kalenjins to the cabinet secretaries. Did you not know that there are other hustlers in other tribes who can be given those posts? This is the kind of hypocrisy that must be dealt with, ladies and gentlemen. I'm of a strong opinion, ladies and gentlemen, that should Kenyans make a mistake of electing this kind of a leader, this country is going to collapse. This country is going to collapse. What Ruto is going to do is that he is going to make sure that he collects all the top leaders there. He bribes the top leaders there, so that these top leaders will just be singing his praises. The moment the top leader sings the praises of a leader, it means that down there, raia maskini ya Mungu pale chini, you will be on your own. Nobody will defend you. That's the kind of politics Ruto is playing. Because as you can remember, immediately he came to power, his first priority was to make sure he buys all members of parliament, both ODM, opposition, government. That's the first thing he did. After making sure they were in his basket now, he started campaigning. Everywhere he went with these people were just singing his praises. Mm? By that time, he had not realized that they were hustlers, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the kind of a leader now coming and telling us he's a hustler. Let's reject this kind of mediocrity, ladies and gentlemen. Let's stand for the truth and let's reject mediocrity. We need leaders of integrity. Otherwise, if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a like. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.